Hey, welcome back, everyone, to another Sunday night of shenanigans. And thank you to these three absolute legends for jumping on board at super short notice. I didn't organise this till like lunchtime today. I was actually sick. I was sick yesterday, like pretty bad, so I wasn't sure if it was going to go ahead or not. So I didn't organise anything. And then this morning I was busy and actually forgot about it. So thanks heaps for jumping on short notice, guys. How are we all? Good.
Recovering, I think, is the best word. With two toddlers that have decided to be sick for the last 4 weeks straight, recovering finally.
And Bianca has become part of our regular crew now, so she'll be on occasionally. We had Sarah and Pete as two new regulars last week, and we got Bianca and James. I asked James to come on tonight, but he's busy. So he has family commitments on Sundays. So like I said last week, we won't see him very often, but we'll say hello to the chat. The Hub, Sup, Raucous Reg, Groggy's Patch. Hi everyone, I'm a newbie to live. Awesome. Thanks for coming along. It's good fun. James Telly, Rob Morland, Rack Raiders, Lozzie, how you going? Cara, Dave, e-commerce Dave, Kelly, Jutta, my man. Oh, it keeps moving. Phenomenal panel tonight, Wayno. It's not bad if I do say so myself. Thrifting Oz style. Oh, okay.
Such a troll on yourself, that's all.
He loves to troll you guys. Don't worry, Chris. There's one coming for you later too.
Oh, I bet.
I've been looking for like an octopus head just so that when I come on live, I'll just have it on and then you'll be real confused.
We should do that one day. All get exactly the same costume and just rock up.
Thankfully, toddlers do eventually grow up. Well, I was smart enough to just not get any. Sorry, I was grabbing. Baby has. You never have to be sorry about grabbing your snacks. That's for sure. Maddie, how you going? Retro Ranger. Chris collects things and he also sells things. Hi, Wayno, love and kisses to all. The Western Picker. James Telly is the Western Picker. We got a few questions from him for tonight. If I have to. Barney, how you going? And Oz Riley. All right, we'll get into it. I'll just let people know. I changed some settings with the stream to try and get rid of the delay in the comments because I've got a quiz for later on. And I only just wrote the questions with 5 minutes to go before we went live. So it's very random. But yeah, so I'm not sure how. Hopefully the stream doesn't lag and stuff. But if that happens, that's probably why. So there shouldn't be much of a delay between the chat. I have no idea how to really test that. First time seeing this photo. Do you go by Bo or Hunden? With the letter.
So long as you pay your bills, you can say whatever you like.
Bianca, I've just started to follow you, and oh my god, the stuff you sell is so beautiful. Love this.
Thank you. Love that.
Yeah,
she definitely knows what she's doing.
There's definitely a better level of style from one of us on the panel, Rhett.
Mine's I think my Instagram profile pic is a really rough cutout of my head that I just needed really quickly, like when I first started YouTube or something, and I've just left it there and never changed it. Quiz, I had to jump on when I heard that. Yep. Some of the questions don't really have proper answers, to be honest.
Oh boy.
So it's a bit random.
I don't know what's happening.
It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll get stuck in. I've got some questions. I've got Karen sent me a message today asking about stuff that I don't really know much of the answers to. So I'm hoping you guys do. It's about the My Post business. She's asked, first of all, she's asking about the QR code and how that works. So you get a QR code, and when you go into the post office, get them to scan it before you do anything else, and then everything will go onto your account. What she wants to know that I don't really know myself is the satchels, all those sort of things. What counts towards your band? Like, I never really cared, so I didn't really look into it. I'm assuming you guys would know.
I buy my own satchels. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to see if Chris, I wanted to answer that or.
No, I was gonna say I buy my own like satchels, so I never use the Ozpost one. So I'm sort of the same. I'm always doing like my own packaging, and I just go by the weights and stuff. And yeah, I only use the code if for some reason I don't have a satchel or something, and I'm at the post office, so I'm like scan it. But otherwise, I don't use it either.
Yeah, so I think look, there's a whole bunch of variables, but the main way that you can think about it is following their if it packs it posts, which is their it's not the prepaid satchels with the tracking. I mean, that will still go towards it, but if you're buying like your bubble mailers, your satchels, and the boxes that fall under that under 5 kilo mark from the large to from the small to extra large, those are the ones you want to do. So if you want to boost your banding, it comes down to the dollar spend that you're doing. So the dollar spend that you're doing to actually pay for postage, and also the dollar spend you're doing to purchase their postage supplies. So the best way you could do that, if you know that you're going to be doing, 300 packages on a monthly basis, and you know that it's going to be a bubble mail or a small, you're better off trying to buy that in bulk, so you save money, and then you also get the postage band bump potentially, depending on the threshold. I can't remember the thresholds off the top of my head. But yeah, that's what they change it. So as long as you keep doing your normal postage via the online tool, and then when you purchase that kind of stuff, you do it in store. You can't do it online. You have to do it in store.
Yeah, and you get reductions if you use your QR code to buy any of the packing materials normally. Just the blank empty satchels, you do get a reduction. It doesn't go towards your band level. So your band is set solely by what you send, so what you pay to send. But you can use your QR code to reduce your cost on satchels, on the green envelopes, the tracked envelopes, on pretty much anything through the store. So through Ozpost.
Yeah.
And that's why I just buy my own or get Bunnings. I don't think it's worth paying for packaged materials if I can get them for free or cheaper somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and large letters don't count towards your band, which is an absolute joke. Because I send tons of them. It really makes no sense. Everything else, pretty much everything else, counts towards it, but large letters don't, because they don't want you to send them untracked. They want you to pay up and pay for tracking. So, does it count for stamps? I saw that somewhere. I can't find it now.
No reduction on stamps. That's the main thing they don't reduce on.
Have you noticed they're not in the stamps lately on the little padded things? Because I know Dave buys heaps of cards and stuff in those little padded mailers and whatever, and there's no stamps, so we're just reusing everything. There's no, they stamp it to say that, they use this. Every single parcel he's got in the last month, I reckon, from all different people, it's not stamped, so we're just using them again.
That's good. So that's a win-win.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that happen, but
I don't know why. Dave's like, look, they're not stamping it. I'm like, use it. Who cares?
Yeah, I used to do that when I used to sell cards on the card sites.
Yeah.
People would send me cards, and I just reuse the same packaging with all 20 stamps on it that have been stamped, and I put it back in the mail.
Yeah.
Every single one arrived. You can also order bulk through.
Yeah, so I use the satchels from Ozpost because I just prefer the if it fits it ships level of them. Like I know the other week you had Bianca, you're on here, Bianca. Eco Thrifter on here talking about satchels and just talking about all the different biodegradable satchels, etc. And you get some of them pretty cheap now. but they don't fit within the if it fits to ship level of Ozpost. So if they're over 500 grams, they automatically go up to a medium satchel price or something like that. So I just prefer the Ozpost ones simply because, I can fit a pair of, 1 kilo shoes into them sometimes and send them without
How
any
much is
difficulty.
that? What's the rate for those ones? Because I never use it.
Well, the satchel themselves cost me like 15 cents, but then I pay $7.50 on band 4, I think it is.
Okay.
To any major metropolitan, and like $9 something, low $9 for regional, rural.
That's pretty good.
The thought of shipping the stuff Bianca sells scares me. Yeah, same. I put off stuff. It doesn't scare me, like, because I know how to package like stuff like that. I just can't be fucked doing it.
It takes a lot of time. Time. That video that I made recently, that was an hour and like 15 minutes of just packing one thing. Like it was, I had to cut a box down and stuff, which I normally don't have to do, but it still took a long time. Not everything's like that, though.
I went into Ray Ray's last week. You guys on the top level? Are you guys on the top?
I'm on the bottom. I'm on the bottom with Sarah.
How's it going over there?
Yeah, good. First month was really good. Second month sort of like dipped a bit, and then the last month went back up. So I don't know. It's only been open 3 months. It's hard to know, but so far okay. I'm just hoping, obviously, it gets better, and with the hotter months coming and opening a bit later and stuff. But so far so good. Can't complain.
Yeah, awesome. Scotty, how you going? Keeping all thankful for the gathered house on tonight with you 3 minutes. Where are we up to? We already answered those. It's like dead air. There's no dead air. There's crickets in the background.
That's so good.
Chris was asking me before the stream started, can you hear the crickets? And it's like, yeah, we can hear them.
Well, while you're looking for something, just to respond to Ponderous, my suitcase behind me is from a big old haul that I had last week. So I've got all sorts of stuff back there that I picked up from a deceased estate. So in the bag is actually a whole bunch of, randomly enough, a whole bunch of speed record model cars. So world speed record model cars. So like super expensive as well. Bought 20 years ago or so for like $200 plus. So yeah.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
Nice.
If you have a local post office and they link to your Ozpost business account, they will get a kickback. I didn't even know that.
Me either.
Yeah.
I think that's only if it's a franchise rather than a company-owned store. So the store that I go to is a company-owned store, but then some of the regional little towns and villages have franchises, and that's
Mine's
where
a
they'll get
franchise.
the kickback. Yeah.
So they love buying bulk stuff for me because plus I don't mind doing it because they look after me, I'll look after them, kind of thing.
Yeah, they're talking about the packages that don't come stamped. Yeah, they won't stamp them if they're put through the red mailbox.
Everybody put it through the red ones in.
Ozpost are lovely. They love all my small boxes. Yeah, Pete's really great to follow for all sorts of things, but don't follow him for shipping advice. What's that? Hang on.
The vinyls. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
That's part of the deceased estate. So just one of the many random things this person had.
What about the other thing? Are you allowed to talk about that? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it or not.
No, I'm not allowed to at this stage say who it is. I can say what it is. Like I can say what it's about because it's pretty cool. Like I got invited through a friend. So Greg, who some of you may know from some of my videos, he's a retired school teacher, and there is a family in his little country town that he lives in, who they are internationally recognized music artists. And his kids went to school with their kids, and they're essentially downsizing shortly. So they've brought us in to help downsize because they've just got stuff they don't really worry too much about. They were talking to him in the shop in their little town the other day, and he just said, look, this is what I'm doing now that I'm retired. I'm having a blast with it. And they're like, well, why don't you come out and see what we've got and see if there's anything of value? So they had like all of their gold and platinum records that they were given by their company, by Aria. There's his induction into certain Music Hall of Fame as well.
I need to know who it is now.
Sorry?
I need to know who it is now already.
Their kids have asked not to say. They're quite happy, but their kids don't want it said. So I'm respecting that at this stage. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like just going through this and talking to him about it. Like for him, it's just part of his life, and he doesn't hold a lot of sentimentality to it. So there's like all that sort of stuff. There's original like stage backdrops from their very original Australian tour before they went big. Yeah, so just really, really cool. And then just the regular stuff that you have around the house. So like one of the things they had an old like 1960s pedal car, like kids pedal car that I picked up to take down to my mate who's got the antique store. So, you know, just stuff like that I'm helping them manage without them having to worry about having garage sales or just tossing and that. So even records, like they're keeping some of their stuff, but like all their instruments they're not keeping because they're older now. Like they're in their 70s and just not able to take it with them to their apartment they're moving to into town. So they're just like, yeah, we're moving it all on. See what you can find for us. So we're talking with not Jimmy Barnes. I haven't met Jimmy Barnes though. He came to my school when I was younger because his kids were performing in Stedford because they live nearby. The Wiggles, no, they're Melbourne based, I think, from memory. And no, not an OG Wiggle.
Good wake you up.
But yeah, you can keep guessing. Even if you get it right, I'm not going to tell you. I think Wayno's the only person that knows.
I don't think anyone would probably guess, to be honest.
No,
even though they are well known. But yeah, I've already got a couple of people interested in some of the gear. So let me know, mate. Photos. It's definitely not DJ Alligator. I'll go back here because I missed up the chat. Sorry,
just a cool little thing, you know, that this sort of interaction gets you to do, like without like not being afraid to say that we're resellers, especially Greg, to say that's what he's doing. Like these guys wouldn't have said anything and then we wouldn't have been brought in. And like Greg knows them and has been over there many times. But like for me to get to go over and meet him and have a chat to him about some of the people I've known in the past. So I've known some of the members of InXS and stuff and be able to talk in that relation. And and then Brody, the guy who owns the antique store, his uncle used to manage touring for Midnight Oil and people like that. So it's then allowing me to interact with him to find out where to sell the instruments and that sort of stuff. Because I'm talking like Fender Stratocasters from the 70s and other bits and pieces that are like very, very valuable sort of instruments that, you know, you just don't take to your local pawn shop or sell on Marketplace.
I've lost where I was up to again now.
Chat's too quick for you now, mate.
Did you come first in your high school maths class?
No, I did math methods because I wanted to be a video game developer when I was younger, and math methods was too hard. I almost failed that actually. I should have done general maths or business maths. That would have been the key.
I'll tell you.
I hated math.
Something that not most people wouldn't think about me is I was really good at maths, and they wanted me to do all the harder stuff, like math methods,
specialist,
8-pack, whatever it is, all that. And I just refused because I just didn't want to have to work. I barely ever went to school in year 12. Like I didn't even do my exams. I just said I don't want to do them. So I didn't get a TER score or whatever it's called these days. I was hopeless. It doesn't matter how big it is. It's almost always a small set.
I used to work. I used to work for Fastway Couriers, and we used to like do a lot of our on forwarding through AusPost. And it was pretty much that was the go with AusPost. We used to put just a small satchel label, which at the time was like $4 for our account, because we were doing like 200 to 300 a day. We just put a small satchel label on every single one. They just go straight in. And I'm talking like big satchels, little satchels, didn't matter. It was just boom. Yes, they do all have their boxes. Everything does. I'll grab a couple other pieces because it's interesting to see stuff.
Shut the sole reason for the laser system coming out with all these small stuff.
Yeah.
Business Hub or companies to their stats for their internal. Yeah, that's with the QR. Oh, sweet, Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Eddie
cool.
from Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
So still in box, never opened. I've seen them go out of box around 400.
It never catch
So
me only
in
when
box.
I'm
Yeah.
that's a sweet contact.
Hey,
Very
Bianca.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Obviously, your marketplace that you work in is a little bit different to what ours is, I guess. You know, do you like? I obviously we have the opportunity to pick up bulk deals, obviously from people downsizing. We get mass stuff that's all different things. Do you also have that opportunity to pick up, or are you more focused on going to garage sales and op shops and finding those small one individual items that have value?
Mainly, I do that. Like I'm only part-time, so I don't work probably as hard as I should have or can. I just choose not to.
I know that feeling.
If I want to work, I'll work. If I don't, I don't. It's good. But yeah, I in all my Facebook Marketplace ads and everything, I always say, you know, if you've got something to sell, let me know. I've done the old paper drop that says, you know, we pay cash or whatever. So I still get lots of people messaging me. I've got a lady I've got to reply to now that says, you know, we're clearing out, we're in Essendon. But I just won't go unless they'll send me some pictures first, because I want to sort of see what it is. Like, I can't expect everything to always be collectibles, but if I still think, oh yeah, I can make money on that, I'm not closed off to that, but I probably won't put that on my Instagram. I'll sell that somewhere else.
Yeah, cool. But most of your pickups as well, like if you're going out to someone's house, you're probably expecting they have some knowledge of the value or that of it compared to like an op shop as well, where you can go to an op shop, you can find like a cup that they're selling for $1 and know that that's going to sell for $70 potentially. Depend on the maker, the age, etc., that sort of thing.
Yeah,
whereas,
when I go to
a lot of people,
they know. But if they're happy to, like, if they're at the point where they want to sell and they know that I'm a reseller, even if like I normally don't like to buy something if I can just get 50%. For me, like timesing my money by 2, I don't really try to do that. But when I do get an opportunity to buy in bulk, that things that I can flip quickly, you know, I'd rather take that, spend a bit more, but you know, have cool stuff on my Instagram, because then people are like, oh, she gets this stuff, she gets that stuff. So it works sort of both ways.
Yeah.
I like to have a 4 times minimum.
Oh, I try too.
Yeah, like, because like when you're doing bulk deals with people, it's like, you know, I can't give you $100 for $200 worth of stuff. I have to pay fees. I have to pay tax. I have to pay GST.
Time as well.
My time. It's not worth the effort if I'm not quadrupling my money at a minimum. So, if you were like that and you underestimate, get caught, they will send you a bill for the excess. And they'll probably try and charge you more than what the excess actually is. For buyers, for a return request, you can save on postage by telling them to do. Can you save? I don't think so if it's a request, because they're going to need a tracking number to get it back to you. So I've had a few people with large letters, and I've said to them, just put it back in the envelope, send it back, return to sender, and they have, and it's been fine. But they hadn't actually opened a request, so. I don't put in dimensions.
Go away.
It's not TISM. You're a postal menace, Jenna.
Yeah.
Bohdan is very famous. I choose the size of satchel of box bed to feather them out. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much don't do own. I never do own. I just use Australia Post boxes and satchels. And the main reason I do it is for when I list the item. Like I just know how much the postage is going to be. Like I don't have to like package something up to figure out or measure it or anything. So it's a really lazy way of doing it. I could do things way cheaper, but I don't
It's
care.
pretty easy, like up to 500 grams, like normal post without your discounts, $9.30. Then as long as it's under a kilo, $12.70. So you're basically using those satchel weight sizes. It's only different when it goes over a kilo. That's when it can get tricky, but it's still pretty much either like 15 or 19. That's your next two like steps up.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize, like, if you got something that weighs under 500 grams, you can turn an extra large satchel inside out and slap a small label on it because it's under 500 grams. It doesn't have to.
It's just the weight. It doesn't matter about the dimensions.
Correct.
I was banned from maths.
You're banned from this show. Go.
I play a mean triangle. Hopefully, Hoodin doesn't try to put me down. Cara also banned from maths. I could count to 8. I was in stupid maths and I just didn't go.
Too bad he doesn't have fingers on his tentacles because he could count past 8.
I'm so old, and as the only one in my class who wasn't do maths, I had to do it by correspondence.
Wow.
When I did go to the kids. We used to do some crazy, like we had one teacher. He always wore the same jacket and had these big deep pockets. And we'd like have a competition to see like how much stuff we could get in his pockets without him noticing. And like, so we'd go up and we'd go, "Sir, can you just help me with this?" Put a bit of paper in front of him, and then we'd drop and shit in his pockets. And then we'd watch him. We'd watch later on when he'd discover it all. That's the goal.
Oh. Our school made the stupid decision of trying to separate the boys and the girls into 2 separate classes for maths one year, which you can obviously tell went really well. That teacher that looked after the boys' maths class had to go on stress leave for the whole of the next year.
Oh, no.
I taught my year 12 maths class because I just went in the basic class because I didn't want to do anything. But they put me, like, I don't want to say, they put me in the one class with the people that were right at the bottom sort of level. And so there were like things he's trying to like use all these formulas and stuff, and like I just sort of used to work my own methods in my own head, like kind of thing. And I'd be like, just do it this way, like it'd drive me insane because these people couldn't get these things. And then after a while, like the teacher, because he was only he was only a couple of years older than us, year 12. He was a first year teacher. And after a while, when people couldn't get shit, he'd just hold the chalk out to me, and I'd get up and explain it my way. It was pretty funny. Do you find thrift picking is seasonal for the best stuff, as in summer to winter?
I prefer summer, just for what I do. All the antique fairs and the markets, they're all pumping. Like the weather's better, so I can go out more, and I try and hoard as much as I can to like go through all year.
Yeah, I mean, garage sales definitely summer. Thrifting, I don't know. Maybe people are more likely to have a clean out in the summer. So
I haven't found any kind of real, one or the other. It's more what you pick up. Like I'll actually try and reverse what I pick up at the moment. Like I'm trying to pick up stuff ready for summer now and get it on the store ready, because people are going to be getting ready for that spring, summertime, which is essentially what most stores do, is that like they'll sell the next season of fashion or whatever in the previous season. Like you don't want to sell it while people are in it. You want them buying it in preparation. So yeah, I find like, I'm picking up golf shorts at the moment. Like they're going out of fashion because they're cheap. They're not selling on the racks because it's winter, but I know that I'll be able to flog them once we hit spring.
Is anyone going to the All Ears Roadshow in Sydney? I don't even know what it is.
eBay are pumping. They've got a road show in each of the major capital cities, I think. And
that's right. Yeah. I just laughing at some of these comments. I'm not going to show them. Yes, I find a lot of humans are spring cleaning around now. It's good for getting stock for Q4. Spring is good, spring cleaning, and all. Yeah, let's stop the dissing in the chat, please. I want to see Hidden in a pair of golf shorts.
Yeah, he probably wants to see me out of them too, the weirdo.
Modern vintage Vogue. High old move to regional Victoria East Gippsland. Any good op shops around Lakes Entrance? My parents have a house in Lakes Entrance, so but I have no idea if the op shops are. I haven't been there. So.
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Yeah. I don't know. There might be a few in Bairnsdale too. I reckon probably Bairnsdale's pretty big.
Yeah, be a few around there, I'm sure.
Yeah, Christian's gone down there a few times, and he's done some stories on some of the bangers he's got. So there's probably nothing left now.
Yeah, that's where he got his dog from. He's recently.
Yeah.
I finally caught up with the chat, so we can move on to the other questions. They asked the first question ages ago. Anything you wouldn't sell for personal or moral reasons? That's from Clinton's 2007.
Like what? I can't even think of an example.
Like if it was unethical or something, or
yeah.
I mean, like I talked about this on. I asked this on Wide World recently last year, and the thing that I brought up was a Woody Allen box set. Woody Allen is a fucking pedophile. He married his daughter, like his stepdaughter. He is a disgusting human being. And it's like when I see that, like I've sold Woody Allen DVDs, but I hate doing it. Like, I feel like people shouldn't. Like, I used to love. So this is the thing. I used to love Woody Allen movies. Loved them. I watched every one, and now I just refuse. I can't watch them now because of what I found out about him. But yeah, so I think the question is sort of along those lines for moral reasons or whatever. I mean, I've still sold them, so I'm not that. I'm not a hero. I don't know. But how about you guys?
I can't think of anything that I wouldn't sell, but I'm not that passionate about things. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too stressed. I'm happy if it's got profit in it. That's all I care about.
I mean, I sold a Bill Cosby DVD just the other day. So,
again, that's it.
Who would buy that? Like, who would buy that? I just don't get it. There we go. I had a Bill.
Hey, you might not like the person, but some people like their comedy, like that sort of thing, and that. So,
yeah, I guess.
But some people would be oblivious too. Some people might not know.
Wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Porn stars won't go to Hitler. Porn stars is the fakest show going around. It's the biggest joke. I wouldn't sell yellow beanies.
Oh, there's one there from Alex. He's talking about Agatha Christie books with horrible titles. I think Alex has got it down a few further down on the chat. But there is some in the Agatha Christie series which has some controversial names. You can list it, and you can get away with it if you put it in a certain way, and they do go for good money. But it's one of those controversial ones which I know some people won't do it because it can be offensive.
That's what you sell them in a bulk lot or something.
Yeah,
I know Brad does have one. Because it came up when I talked about it previously on my Word Reselling. Brad and Jazz had some Agatha Christie books, and one of them they didn't list because of that.
I've sold it probably 3 times, and it goes real quick because the collectors want it because it's controversial, so it has a higher value. But it's not like I don't make a big deal of it. I just keep it in there, and it just moves pretty quick.
I feel like it makes people getting offended overrated. It's definitely overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, like with the Woody Allen, I think it's just because I really loved his movies so much. Like, so it's just like it just irks me. I guess it's like I want to fucking help him out by selling his movies. Like, not that I really helped him out, but Sydney Roadshow. I'm Bianca. Hi, Bianca. Another one.
Hello.
And I saw Mel and Charlie share on Insta. They're going too. Cool. I'm a Judder, yeah. I mean,
I'd like to go to it. I just don't have time as a part timer. That's the big thing. I just don't have time to.
I don't know of these books. I don't know what the names are.
I'm assuming maybe some certain race connotations, Bianca.
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah. Some certain terminology that was okay, you know.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't
that isn't any longer.
Nice try, mate. Nice try. But actually, I could say it, and it's only going to probably get Wayno in trouble, not me.
Yeah. We'll get Wayno in trouble, not you.
I've heard that a few Aussie sellers have unethically resold Hewlett Packard ink cartridges. Yeah, be careful with that. All right, we'll move on. This is going to be a long question, I think. Well, it has the potential to be another long one. Why? This is from Tash, all about that, Tash. Why? What got you into thrifting?
Like originally, my mom. She always used to take me to markets and stuff when I was younger, and I hated it. I hated that our house was full of old shit. I just wanted new, cool stuff. And then the older I got, I was really arty, so I used to like go and try and find things to like sculpt with or make or whatever. And then eventually it turned into clothes. And then, yeah, when I realized I could make money from it, then bang.
What about you guys?
Don't want to say it. I'll go first. I used to thrift when I was younger, like coming out of high school. I was super keen on it. Used to go thrifting all the time with a mate. We'd go to garage sales. We lived together, and so it was easy. You know, if he wasn't working, etc., we'd jump in the same car and pick up records and whatnot. But then that died out once I got my now wife, then girlfriend. Amazingly, things happen. Boys make decisions when there's girls involved. But then I've wanted to have my own business for years. Is essentially where I kind of got stuck, and I've been trying to figure out what my business was, and and I'd almost started a restaurant during like 2 months before COVID hit. So a mate of mine and I, like, we'd been working together. And we're going to go into it, and I kind of just didn't feel right and comfortable with it. And the cash that I was expecting to get out of investment property hadn't arrived. That came shortly after COVID, so I would just put it there. And then I kind of was sitting there going, "What can I do?" And I was watching all sorts of different things, but ultimately it was Retro Rick's $10 game challenge that got me into going out and actually starting this again. And I kind of went, yeah, you know, it's $10 you can turn into a full game collection. I can go buy a bulk lot of games and sell them on eBay. I know how to do that. I've done that before. I can do it again. So that's how it started. And 2 years later, it's turned into taking over the whole studio and almost a full-time job. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and for me, thrifting was originally just looking for stuff that I wanted to, maybe for my own collection, or if I went with a mate, I would just buy it because I knew it was worth something, but I would never sell it. And then when I took a chance on myself and stepped away from the 9 to 5 to start my podcast, I'm like, well, I need a way to make money. And I figured I'll start thrifting to resell. And here we are 1.5 years later. And ironically, I had probably about, I don't know, a couple of months worth of stock that I've been hoarding for like 5 years of stuff that I'd just been thrifting over the years that I knew was worth money. And it was worth even more money then because, you know, and it was no cost to my business to start because it was just stuff I'd kind of picked up for $1 here, $2 there over the last 3, 4, 5 years prior starting. So, yeah, that was the way I got into it.
Yeah. Say hello to JT. How you going, legend? Me, I never really. I was always flipping stuff, but never really even thought about the word reseller. Like, weird. Like, I would just buy. Like, I was sick for a long time, and then like I would just buy if I saw something on Marketplace that like a bulk lot that I knew was worth heaps of money, I'd buy it, and sometimes it would just sit in the corner for like 3 months, and then when I needed money, I just like upload 300 DVDs in one day, like kind of thing, and then they just trickle on and eventually trickle out, kind of thing. So, and then yeah, when I broke up with my ex, like 2017, I started hanging out with Cal again because we were like best friends in school, and she was op shopping every day and selling on Marketplace. So I just started going to op shops a lot more. Never really went to op shops a lot before that. It was more just if I found something on Marketplace. So, but I've always been a flipper right from when I was young. So, unfortunately, I got into reselling through Hairy Tornado. Well, at least you got into it, so it's not really a bad thing.
Nothing wrong with who you get in on.
I didn't. Hairy Tornado was the first person I saw that was making YouTube videos about reselling. I had no idea. It just came up in my YouTube feed one day as a recommendation. I have no idea why I never searched anything about reselling. It just came up and I started watching him, and then I've told this story previously. And then Thrift Mine, there's a couple in America called Thrift Mine. They started coming up in my recommended. So I watched a few of their videos, and then Brad and Jazz came up, and I was like, what the fuck? Aussies do this? So like, started watching Brad and Jazz, and then Judda popped up, and I'm like, wow, he's like, his videos are good, but he acts like a fool. I could do this. So yeah, that's
I reckon at least 10, 12 years, but I only got into like the YouTube reselling, I reckon the last 12 months, 18 months. I didn't even know it was a thing. Like I was selling all that time, but I never like knew there was YouTube videos about it or anything. I only got that through Instagram.
Yeah. Like I'm a rare case where I started my YouTube channel and I didn't even have Instagram. But like Judda's the one that really got me going with YouTube. Like as I was sort of talking to him on and off just about some random stuff, and I told him I was thinking about doing it, but I'm not really sure. And he's just like, just fucking give it a go, you know. And he's like, you got to get Instagram as well. I'm like, nah, fuck that. And then when I started the YouTube channel, I was like, maybe I do need to go to Instagram again.
It's funny how you kind of fall into the reseller YouTube. Like my fall into it was through just Antique Roadshow videos, then led from Antique Roadshow into storage locker videos with people like Locker Nuts and that, and then from Locker Nuts into Hairy Tornado opening up the big like Gaylords during lockdown that he was opening up, those big bulk units that he bought 20 odd or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Matt popped up, Brad popped up, just had all these Aussies popping up, and just chatting to them, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is the way to go. But yeah, really, really strange how everyone just sort of has a different direction that they end up into that sort of reseller bandwagon kind of thing.
So funny story of this. I legitimately did sell chickens and chicken eggs during high school.
Nice. Chris could start a chicken farm called Chris.
No, my chickens are pets. That's it.
Scavenger Life and my grandfather. Nice. There was the two Aussie thrifters for me. I was pregnant and then breastfeeding, so I watched so many videos. Had to stop because my son knows Brad's voice and would stop feeding and would watch the TV.
There you go, Brad. There's something you can claim. You stopped a man from focusing on boobs with your voice.
Brad and Jazz got me started with the foundation of knowledge at the start. They did take their time to provide good content. Yeah. Brad and Jazz are the goats and Jada. That's another zinger from Jada. Yeah. Jada and Brad and Jazz for me. I think a lot of people. It's actually when I don't get recognized very often, but occasionally I get recognized from YouTube, and it's always the same conversation. When it's like, no, this is a different conversation. Sometimes it'll come up in conversation about reselling YouTubers or whatever, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I've got a channel, and it's always, oh yeah, I watched that couple from Adelaide and the guy with the blonde hair.
Yep, I've had that conversation with about 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, same conversation every time. I've never had a bad comment, never, about either of them. So I got into reselling to make an income for myself, as not many job opportunities for an old girl in the bush after I'd cared for my mum for 15 years. Wow, yeah, that's impressive. I don't know are you guys good with jeans? I know the question is the Western picker tips on identifying Levi's jeans. Might be better off to wait till Judder's here one night because he is jeans king.
Yeah, grab Judder. He knows it.
We'll ask Judder about Levi's next time he's on. I always get asked, do you know Wayno, and why is there an octopus in the op shop? Mossy, there you go. My selling started back when I was around 14 years old. I used to knock off the lead from school, meltdown, and make sinkers. I found Brad and Jazz and retros.
It's good money in making sinkers and weights. My neighbour does it.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that do it. It's such a shame that Robbie doesn't make videos anymore because they're gold. I originally wasn't going to watch Judder's channel because I thought he swore too much. Well, you probably wouldn't want to fucking watch this channel very often then. Hey, Chris, do you ever swear ever? I've
never heard him swear.
On the planet. Just jeepers and
What about shit? Do you say shit?
No. I say crap.
Crap.
Can you give us a shit?
One shit.
I can say I said it in the lounge room before with the nephews because we were comparing. There's a old gold mine town for sale in South Gippsland, and that's called. It's got the parallels of the TV show Schitt's Creek. There you go.
What about that show, Motherfuckers Creek? Can you say that?
Nah. This is like the conversation I have with you, and you're like, "Oh, when we go out, are you going to have a beer?" I don't drink either, so.
You're the nicest reseller on the planet.
I could be known for a lot worse, so I'll take that.
Well, the chat keeps moving on me. I miss making content, but who knows when I stop sourcing in the warehouse and get out in the wild, may start it. Yeah, I think I started with Rally Roots. Yeah, I like Rally Roots. Yeah, it'd be awesome if you could get going again, JT. Mafia always needs sinkers. They need big ones. Yeah, I'm over the swearing on YouTube now. I feel 10 years younger. Call Wayno the C word. That's the whoops.
Talking about old gold towns, has anyone seen that guy in the US at Cerro Gordo in California with the old gold town and ghost town?
No.
Oh yeah, he bought it.
Oh, sorry, it's a silver town. It produced, I think it's like a huge amount of silver, like almost 50% of the silver back in Cerro Gordo. It's really, really cool. If you haven't looked at it, it's something really interesting to to look into. He bought it with the intent to turn it into like a potential film studio and stuff, and just really, really cool.
It is cool.
Chris will one day find a long time grail, one day and release a fuck ton of flux. Bohdan has the most peaceful start to his YouTube videos, however, Flipper's videos are rather disturbing. I reckon that's a compliment to both.
Yeah.
This is true as well. You guys swear too much.
Says
Yeah.
Cara.
You're included in that, Cara.
Yeah, you're the worst.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is the disgruntled octopus. Why does that CLFurlong fellow still have that ridiculous beanie? Well, he hasn't got it on.
He always talks about the beanie. I've got like 3 beanies that I rotate, so I don't know which one it is that is. I don't know. Oh, he's talking about the octopus one.
And I think he's just being a smartass. I think he's stopped you from
He
beanie,
sent me the octopus one. I'll grab it. Give me a second.
I did see this. Cara got told off for swearing on Brad and Jazz's video. I'm only going to say anus from now.
It's not even yellow. It's all red.
So Octo knitted this. He didn't knit it, but I don't know how he got it, but it's cool.
That's very cool.
That Chris is a good looking rooster. All right. Where am I? We got some overrated or underrated.
Oh, let's go.
Op shops having
overrated, underrated.
This is the Western picker. Op shops having no internet connection.
Oh, we were talking about this the other day.
Oh yeah.
Because we're both in the same town, and at our Vinnies, you walk in, there's no reception, so you can't like check eBay or anything. So you got to go to the front corner at the window, or go outside and then come back. 2 of our op shops do it.
And then they know that you're one of those resellers, taking all their good stuff.
Why are they doing that? So frustrating.
I think they must have something going on, because it's mainly in Vinnies, and we have a Vinnies in the middle of our town, like everywhere around it, great reception, but as soon as you walk in the door, boom, you lose it.
Yes, 100%.
So I'm pretty certain they must have something.
Savers in one of the savers that I got. I don't know, Chris, if you know one of those 2 savers.
That's not my one. My one's all good.
That must be Nary. That shocking. But I'm with Optus, so might depend who you're with. Yeah, that savers is shocking.
It's also eventually building out of, I think, as well sometimes. And a lot of op shops are in older buildings and stuff, or like big warehousey style buildings that are all steel and stuff, so they can. Yeah.
A Pale Adventure has put in boomers. Overrated or underrated? Boomers. Well, the octopus is a boomer, so he's overrated.
I just realized I've got Octo commenting down here. Being another Octo, am I going to start turning him on, or I'm a bit nervous? But...
he's getting too excited.
Yeah, enough of that.
That's it. They don't want you comping stuff because they can't comp properly, and they don't want you actually seeing what the real price is and telling them how stupid their prices are.
My local Vinnies at the moment is selling single mighty beans. Like, they've got a whole stash of them, 1 mighty bean for $10. And I said, I'll buy the lot. And they said, we'll have to count them up. And how much you're looking? It's like, well, if I buy them all, I'll give you 50 cents a pop, max. Right? And minimum we can do is $5 a pop. It's like, what the heck? It's a mighty bean. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Cara's given us 5 overrated or underrated, and they're all food, so we could be here for an hour. because food really gets the conversation going. I've found
All right, let's go.
wagon wheels.
Ugh, yuck.
I don't
I
think I've
said-
ever had
Overrated.
one.
Don't like the jam. Don't do jam in biscuits.
You're good.
Never had one.
No,
Jam in-
move on.
Don't,
Move on.
don't have one.
I'm not a big fan of marshmallow, which they have in them or whatever, but I actually like a lot. I don't mind wagon wheels.
I like marshmallow, but keep jam out of it. It's wrong.
Come on, they're good.
No.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Next one, I'm not even sure what these are. Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
Great.
Oh, they were the
Fantastic.
stuff. But, yeah.
It's
They
like
are-
the little. They had like a biscuity thing that you used to.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
dunk them into
With
the
the
stuff.
the Nutella. It's like
With
Nutella.
chocolate
Only the
and
cool
like
kids
the
are still
strawberry.
having
I think the strawberry one was good.
Yeah.
The vanilla was pretty
Only
good
the
too.
cool
It was
kids
like
had it.
almost like a white chocolate.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, Dunkaroos, winner.
How have you not had it? The old wagon wheels were huge and great. They were big, weren't they? They did have like, really big ones.
Yeah.
They were the shit. Dunkaroos taste like
Dunkaroos.
fucking root trap. All right, next one. I hate this. Hubba Bubba.
Oh, the flavor is amazing, but it just disappears after like 5 seconds, and then it's just rubbery shit.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
do chewing gum or anything like that now.
That's-
I'll take mint occasionally, but I just can't do gum.
Yeah, my daughter has, like the spiral ones, the ones that used to come in that like little clicky click, and then you just take like a big chunk of that. Oh, that's the flavor's there, but they need like more goodness.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too sweet for me. I'm sweet enough as it is. Aldi's version of a wagon.
Toothpaste. I'm good with bubblegum flavored toothpaste any day of the week, but not actually bubblegum.
I'm an old man now. I'm not up with all the young kids lingo. I don't know if slaps is good or bad.
I think slaps is good.
Good.
I don't even know.
Yuck to any sort of chewy. I'm not a big fan of chewy at all. Licorice and Turkish delight, my fave.
I hate both of those.
I love licorice, but I just can't eat it.
Mm-mm.
Makes me sick. Next one, chocolate crackles.
Amazing. Amazing.
But are they better than honey jumbles or honey joys, whatever people call
Oh,
them? They're
so much better.
No.
And chocolate spiders. And if you make
Chocolate
chocolate spiders out of
spiders?
French fries, you make
Ooh,
chocolate
yeah.
spiders out of French fries, and it's
Well,
phenomenal.
we need to make
because you
some
get the
party
sweet and
food.
salty.
I haven't had them for so long.
Having kids and birthday parties are the best because you whip out all that good food.
All the goods. Yes. You know what I don't like though? What are the little like the balls with like the coconut on the outside? Rum balls or whatever they
Ah,
are?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like them. I don't like coconut.
They're not made right for you then. If you get enough rumbles, you're not driving.
All the coconut ones, no good.
No,
Cocoa
good
Pops.
rumbles mean you don't drive that day. Rice bubbles. Always make them with rice bubbles, not Cocoa Pops.
I loved HSP until I ate it too much. I love rice bubbles just in general. Last one is epic from Cara. She's done really well. Tubes.
Oh, they're not as good as Cheezels, sorry.
Oh, fuck off, Bianca.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Flavored stuff, normal flavors.
Tubes are awesome. They're just
They're not
Tubes are
bad,
incredible.
but if you had tubes or Cheezels, you're going with Cheezels for sure.
No.
I've never had
Tubes.
tubes.
What?
oh,
What?
Chris, go to
Tom, he doesn't eat wagon wheels. He doesn't eat tubes. He doesn't swear. He doesn't drink.
he eats chips on every episode of his
Yeah.
thrifting. He does, and he's never had tubes.
Yeah, I don't, well, I've never been somewhere where I've seen them to buy them.
What's your chip of choice?
I don't know. It's not like I have a go-to. Like, yeah. I've got another flavor coming out this Wednesday. Actually, you can have a watch and see.
No, that's not a reason to like them.
Aldi cheese and bacon balls are the bomb, but they don't make them anymore. They were the best, and I'm so disappointed. If you want something good, and I'm so devastated they don't do them. But yeah.
This I think my favorite cereal, even though I don't eat cereal anymore at all, but my favorite cereal is Nutri-Grain. Cannot eat it because it just cuts the roof of my mouth up so bad because I don't like it soggy. It's got to be crunchy. And side note, I never turned into an Iron Man no matter how much of it I ate.
No.
I never turned into an Iron Man.
It's because you didn't eat them wet. It's because you didn't eat them wet. You're eating them dry, mate. That's the problem.
I don't like milk, so I don't eat heaps of cereal, but I like Wheat Bix, but I only put like enough milk in it and I heat it up for like 2 minutes in the microwave and then I cover it in sugar and I mix it up, and if I can tip the bowl upside down and it doesn't come out, then it's ready. Like,
wow.
Like that.
Does anyone else know what nuts and bolts is when we're talking about Nutri-Grain? Does anyone else know what nuts and bolts is?
No.
No? Okay. My mum, it's like a traditional thing my mum makes every Christmas with Nutri-Grain called nuts and bolts, and it's like Nutri-Grain and pretzels and a bunch of other things, and it's like a easy snack mix kind of thing, but it's the absolute greatest. Absolute greatest. So if you like Nutri-Grain as a snack, it's phenomenal. There we go. We're getting some nuts and bolts fans out there. They know it.
Yeah. Same.
So Nutri-Grain. This is the same for all cereal with me. I have to have it with milk, but I try to eat it as quickly as I can before it goes soggy at all. So I'll overflow the bowl. I'll put heaps of the cereal in, and then like not heaps of milk, and then I'll just pat certain areas down just before I eat them, so they just get covered.
Well, this is going to throw everyone off then. So for breakfast, I have porridge.
Porridge?
That's all right.
No.
Bianca's like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
I like it.
Porridge is cool.
Cereal, porridge. It's like plain, boring.
Oh no, you put it with honey and cinnamon and nuts and a banana.
Too healthy. That's not. No. Fruit. Oh, they're too sweet.
I used to like.
Again, just out of the pack. Delicious.
I think it's cheaper to just buy a bag of sugar, isn't it? Neutral grain. All right. Where are we at? Porridge. Are you 58?
I can see everyone doesn't like that. So in winter, I have porridge. When it's warmer, or if I'm doing a long run or running, I have a smoothie.
Yeah.
No smoothies either. I don't do smoothies either.
We caught up last week, a week before, a couple weeks ago, and we went to Macca's drive-through for lunch. And so I did my order, and he did his separate orders, and gets to the drink, and he's like, just water, and I'm like, what? And he's like, just water. And I'm like,
I only drink water
soft drink or something? No, I don't drink anything like that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink soft drinks.
You don't drink coffee?
Okay. I have coffee. I don't do soft drinks, but coffee. Come on.
I've never had coffee. I don't like the smell. I don't know. I don't want it.
Love it.
I hate it as well.
Don't know.
Does anyone? I'm probably the only one that's old enough to remember the old porridge. That's not how you make porridge. Does anyone remember that ad? I'm with Chris, but also with prunes. Well, you are a prune if you like.
I would have it with
Maddie.
What are you doing, guys?
Porridge with fruit is actually super healthy. Not really. This has really got the chat going.
Yeah, the porridge comments just teed them up.
Porridge.
Prunes, fuck off, man. There's no way you eat shriveled up rotten things. I hate coffee. I like the smell, I just don't like coffee. No coffee or alcohol here too. You wouldn't be very good friends with butter. Protein shake or 3 eggs, 1 toast with avocado.
Not bad.
Good on you, Chris. You can have goals, but we're going to pick on you.
I don't care.
You must shit like a champion. Do you shit immediately afterwards? How does this live show just always end up going down these sort of tracks?
Cara and Brad are the quickest to comment every time. That's what happens.
Oh man.
Oh my god, we're gonna.
Come on,
We're already over an hour.
Next overrated, underrated. Let's go.
We're gonna wrap up the overrated or underrated. I've got this quiz that I've just written. It's got some random answers, so I tried to fix the delay between the chat. Hopefully it works. I've got no idea if it will. I think there's 10 questions. So I'll read them and try and move the page so that I can see the chat as well.
Someone messaged me on Instagram so I get the answers right.
All right, let's go. The first question.
Wait, so are we answering or what?
You guys
Do we
can
just
answer.
or do we write them down?
Sorry?
Do we
No,
or just say
you guys
it?
can
Or...
just say it, or maybe say your name. That can be your buzzer.
Okay.
I'm going to go real quiet for the next 10
If you
minutes.
do that, that'll give the chat a little bit of time to get their answer written in or whatever.
Yeah,
So
just don't answer until you see the right answer in the chat, guys. That's the answer.
All right. First question's a proper question.
All right.
What $90 million movie did DC just shelve?
Bohdan. Batgirl.
That is correct. And I don't think either the chat has no idea or
I had no idea.
or I
There's a
didn't
lag.
fix
Oh, there it is.
There's a lag.
Please. I don't
There's
watch
the
any
lag coming into us.
Marvel, any of those superhero movies. I haven't watched. I think the last Batman I watched was the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
My
I was
favorite
gonna say
one
George
was the last one I
Clooney.
seen.
I was in like 95 or 6.
I haven't watched any of them since.
I think Kelly got that one. Kelly Dwyer got that one first.
Yeah.
Lots of Batgirls. Cara wasn't happy with her choice. Morbius they probably should have shelved. Joker I think that's why they've shelved this one. Like I was thinking, why wouldn't you just release it, try and get some money back? I think because the Joker and the Batman are so successful. Like, why would you ruin that?
Well, I read reports saying that essentially, like, first reviews were just that it was trash, like that there was nothing good said about it from any of the screenings. Whereas, like Joker and stuff, there was still positive and there was interest, and like Joker is having a sequel now that's going to be a musical.
Musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's sort of what I meant. Like they've had such a long history of terrible movies, DC, and then the Joker was amazing, and the Batman did really well as well. I think they don't want to release this because they don't want to fuck all that up because it tested so bad. All right, let's go. Next question. It's not a real. This is not a real question. What's Chris's favorite thing to do outside of reselling?
Bianca.
Yes. Go.
Eat prunes and porridge.
Well, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Because it's Maddie that loves porridge. Maddie that loves the prunes.
Oh, the prunes, damn.
Let's see what some of these answers are before I.
Running.
The comments are going nuts.
Swearing.
Spreadsheets. Yeah, spreadsheets is the right one.
Lots of running, eat porridge, running. I don't actually get them all. Picking up old cooks. Barney, he's got the correct answer. Eating chippies
eating
was
chip.
the answer that I had.
So that's obviously Wayno's idea of what's my favorite thing to do.
That's what I meant by like these aren't real questions. Some of them.
Isn't that it? You run just so you can eat all your chips that you love. Isn't that the whole point of it?
Well, no, I definitely. The more I run, the more I can eat. That definitely works in my favor.
Yeah.
Spreadsheets, but I could have put spreadsheets in. Adding chickens. Not having a flavored chip. What you meant his favorite thing was what? Oh,
Yes.
like I said,
Oh, yeah, now too.
Yeah.
so I haven't been keeping score. It's not going to happen.
It's all right.
All right, another very open-ended question. What is the best movie trilogy?
Bohdan.
Yes, Bohdan, go.
Lord of the Rings. There's no doubt about it. It's Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's wrong.
Hands down. Oh no. I tried to get my parents to take me over to New Zealand when I heard that they were filming the movies over there. I tried so hard to get them to take me over there so I could be an extra.
Oh, what? That's funny.
People are saying Star Wars, but Star Wars isn't a trilogy, so that doesn't work.
It has like several trilogies. Die Hard's like 5 movies.
Yep.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There's more than 3 now in Raiders.
Max, the answer's already been given. I'm just going through them.
Back to the future.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm going to break the chat again. I actually haven't seen any.
As,
Oh, Back to the Future.
look, you don't need to see the third. You can watch the first and second and just get rid of the third.
He's gone.
The third's a great movie as well. If you get to the end of the third movie, there's a scene.
Don't spoil it.
You're
No.
not gonna watch it.
There's a scene, and the clip's on YouTube somewhere. The doc's standing there with 2 little kids, and the little kid's pointing to his own dick for some reason, just in the background. It's so funny, like it's so random and weird.
I don't know if it's like, is this the only thing Wayno's taken from the trilogy, or like?
The Star Wars is garbage though, Pete. You know that. Hangover. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, so it's
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a Christmas
No, it's
movie.
not. It's got nothing to do with it. It's just set at Christmas.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been having the party if it wasn't Christmas time. He wouldn't have been wanting to spend time with the family if it wasn't Christmas time. It's 100% a Christmas movie. They were utilizing Christmas. It is a plot point of the movie, not just an added extra. They wouldn't have been having a Christmas party. It wouldn't have been all. Yeah, no, it's 100% a Christmas movie.
I tend to not look at this. I saw an article, and I read the article, and they told me about it.
You should have cleared that up first.
Yeah. Bohdan in Lord of the Rings, which character? I couldn't even tell you a character from Lord of the Rings.
Me either. I haven't seen any of those.
So disappointed right now. So disappointed.
All right. Next question. Oh, this is a normal question. Who wrote Jurassic Park?
Oh,
Dave's gonna kill me. It's his favorite movie.
I know this one, but I'm going to let the others go.
I forget his name.
I know
Michael.
his name, but
Crichton.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bohdan got it.
Spielberg.
we just watched the new one at the movies the other day. It's good.
There we go.
Michael Crichton. Spelled it wrong, but I won't hold it again.
Some of his other books are really, really good. It's annoying that that's the one that people like bank on. Some of his other books are just phenomenal. I highly recommend if you like, No. Like there's time traveling and stuff in others and stuff. Like he's really good on the thriller and like, thinking sort of behind the background of why it's happening, etc. Yeah, really good writer, Michael Crichton.
All right. That's the next question. How many cold party pies is the perfect amount for a dinner?
Cold?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I'm guessing Wayno, probably a 24-pack.
How many cold party pies is the perfect amount for a dinner?
Okay. How many cold? 0. They need to be
Most
warm.
people would say 0, but Wayno, he likes to nibble on these for dinner.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting. That's horrific.
How do we remove you from the stream?
Anyone who says anything more than 0 has an issue. Has serious issue.
Greggy's Patch has got the correct answer.
Oh.
12.
Oh, mate, cold.
Well, what's 17? Cold meat.
Oh, it's not even like real meat. It's like ground up, gross. No.
You're eating the same thing as if you just heat it up.
Yeah, but I try not to eat that anyway. But it's cold.
Yeah, I got someone that actually agrees with me on this. Yes, nice.
Are they hard? Like
no.
Have they been cooked? Do you cook them first and let them cool down, or do you just eat them from defrosting?
I just defrost them.
Oh no!
Right.
They're pre-cooked, so when you put them in the oven, you're not actually cooking them. You're just heating them up.
Yeah, but you're not getting that nice crispy pastry, and it's just soggy and floppy and yuck.
Wayno, you should just do a video on this, and you can break the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be shit for those stories. I'll have to test that out. It must be an old person thing. You call me old. Well, I am. All right, next question. Proper question. What state in America is Area 51 in?
Chris,
go.
Actually, no, I don't know this. I bail. Because I'm going to say something and I'm going to be remembered for it, and it's probably not even a state, so I'm out.
Yeah, I have an idea, but I'm not going to say it either.
It's not Arizona.
Nevada.
Isn't it? Yeah. Las Vegas, Nevada, in the desert.
Yeah. I was going to say Las Vegas, and I'm like, hang on, that's not a state.
Michael Noakes Googled quicker than anyone else in the chat. Was it because back in 1897? That is exactly why. Well, no one likes a party killer, Greggy's Patch. They want you to think it's Nevada. Yeah. All right, next question. I just needed to find 10 questions in 5 minutes.
It's good. It's good.
How many games in a row have Collingwood won?
Me.
Bianca.
I won't answer though. Someone else can answer.
I have no idea. 0?
I will answer. I don't really care. That's my answer. I have no idea. 2, maybe.
2 is way off.
How many do they play a year?
Maddie's got it already.
11.
11. Now the
What a win. Go Pies.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that the last 11 weeks. What a win.
I know.
They've all been back.
Sydney, but are you?
Sorry?
I'm nervous about next week, Sydney. They've got some form.
Yeah, Sydney will be hard to beat.
Oh, it's going to be so good if we win, though.
Yeah.
Woo!
Even better if Carlton lose next week.
Yes.
We can actually knock them out of the finals after if the Bulldogs win. So that'd be sweet. Who's Collingwood? You wouldn't know, Brad. They're up the top of the ladder. Your team's right down the bottom, so it's hard to see them. Go Dons. No.
No.
Toothless. Yeah. We beat Port, all I care about. What are you calling with Flog? Shut up. All right, next question. This was a proper question. I just don't know how to word it because I didn't write it out. Whose ear did Michael Tyson eat?
I don't know.
Mike Tyson. Did I call him Michael?
Michael. Excuse me, Michael, sir.
EH. That's all I'm going to say. EH. Let others get a chance to answer.
Chris is bored. There's no Pokemon questions.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, Michael's in again with the win. Michael's come through with 3 wins.
Holyfield? That's Holyfield.
Van Holyfield.
We'll give that one to Tally because I don't know.
What year was that? When did that happen?
That was in the 90s.
92. 92. Yeah.
I was 5 and I remember that.
Yeah.
So Mike a dude we don't remember.
Podcast? Mike Tyson's podcast?
I've seen a little bit.
Yeah, I've only seen a little bit as well, but they basically just like get high and like tell stories. It's so good.
We do that here.
Hot boxing with Mike Tyson or something. It's so good.
Michael Jackson. Oh wait, that was his go. That's true. He didn't need it. He spat it out. Yeah, Pokemon questions are alright. Yeah, I don't know anything about Pokemon, so I can't have any Pokemon questions, unfortunately. Maybe when next time we do it, I'll ask someone else to give me a Pokemon question.
I love the photo. I don't know if you've seen it, Wayno, and others of Mike afterwards with like 6 bodyguards from the casino there at Las Vegas, like approaching him, and they're just all so shit scared to go in at him because he's just like jacked up and he's raging, and it's just like, yo, dude, just chill, You've just bit a dude's ear off. You need to calm.
I've actually heard him talk about the reason he smokes so much pot now is because it keeps his rage under control. It stops him
from doing. He's actually really well spoken as well. Like I was surprised. Yeah. He's really smart.
Yeah. Well, yeah, really well spoken is a bit of a.
Well, I think so. I'm not well spoken, so I don't know.
No, I was just talking because he's got his lisp or whatever. But I know what you mean. He is smart. All right. Second last question. What instrument can I play?
Chris. Guitar.
Yep.
I was going to guess that too.
Got him way before the chat. It's a pretty shit question. Like I said, I had 5 minutes to write the questions, so I'll prepare better next week. The Wang. Nikki, how you going? Nikki got that right. No. Matt plays guitar as well.
The skin flute.
Lots of guitar, sax, drums. I wish I could play the drums. I could just, like, I'm so uncoordinated with timing.
I play the drums.
Do ya?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You should. We should get together. Start up a reseller band.
Reseller rock band.
Yeah. Yobo. Spoons. Drummer, nice. All right, last question.
Yeah.
Very, very open-ended, this one as well. How many times on average do I yell at Nelson every day?
30.
172.
No,
I'll go in the middle of 80.
Lower.
50.
It's gonna be 0, isn't it? You don't yell at him. You love him
12.
too much. You never yell at him. He's too
Such a random
adorable.
question. Like, it literally could be any number of people are just like guessing. All those guesses are all 24, 1 for each hour. Yeah. The answer I wrote down was 43. I mean, I named him Nelson. I probably should have named him "Get the fuck off me," because that's what I yelled more often than not. But yeah, he's pretty good. I joke a lot about him being a pest, but he's actually really good. But occasionally he's a pest. So that's it. I don't know who won the quiz because I didn't keep track. But it was fun. Let us know let us know in the chat if you thought the quiz was a good thing or a bad thing. If I do it again next week, I will definitely prepare better for it. Have better questions.
He won't. He won't.
Right.
Yeah, I won't.
You need an offsider. You need a producer or something, mate. This is what you need. You need a producer that can have everything ready. Just send it to you and go, here's your 10 questions or here's the thing, and off you go.
Chris will do it.
No. I'm busy enough.
With all your spreadsheets and porridge.
I think it's fun. It's fun catering it to the people that you got on as well and having a bit of fun with that. So that's it. It's a good
15 minutes
option,
before.
Wayno.
15 minutes before we went live, Chris messaged me and he's like, "Have you got the link?" I haven't sent anyone the link. I do it every week. Every week, someone messages me and says, "Have you got the link?" It's just like,
it's all good.
no chance you yell. You couldn't be fucked. Yeah, there are quite a few times where I just let him do whatever he wants because I can't be bothered yelling at him. Did you yell at him about the vintage Pluto? I did a little bit. I don't like. I told him no, but I don't like to make him out like he's done something really bad because I give him stuffed toys like to tear apart.
Yeah.
So it's a bit confusing for him if I go and tell him off. I should have had that in a better place. So, quiz, fun, love the quiz. Quiz, good. Yep, he's a dog. Quiz was fun. That was good. What quizzes? Maybe themes. Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Still waiting from the link from last week. Yeah. Chris's hat brings joy. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll stick with the quiz then. I'll try and I'll think of some better questions throughout the week, and it won't be as random. Maybe we'll keep a scoreboard or something, and like we can tally it up over the rest of the year or something. I'm not sure. An hour and a half. Bloody hell. We'll wrap up. Thanks you guys for coming on again, short notice. Really appreciate it. And thanks everyone for watching. Again, we've got 54 in the chat at the moment. It's crazy. Thank you so much.
Good job.
It was another awesome night. So, all right. Thanks again, guys. We will see everybody next week. Bye.